New York Knicks. At forward, at 7-1.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We're ready to brighten the weekend with some Saturday night basketball. With our analysts Brent Barry and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, along with reporter Allie LaForce. And the upcoming schedule for Milwaukee. On Monday, they go back home and will host the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on Wednesday, they'll defend home court against the Utah Jazz.
And you know, for that matchup with the Magic, it's the second game of a back-to-back, so you know there'll be some heavy legs out there. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes its toll on your body.
Here's the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. They've got Giannis Antetokounmpo. Holmgren is out there with Ersan Ilyasova, and it's Baker in at the point guard. And for New York, they've got Darius Garland, Domantas Sabonis out there with Sarr. Then there's Butler, and it's Ford in at the 2. Well, with all the battles past, Grant, definitely some history between these two teams.
Oh, BA, this is high level. You talk East versus West, that's usually championship or bust type aspirations.
Pass to Ford. And it's Ilyasova with the rebound. Antetokounmpo for 3, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here's Ford. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Fires from 14, and he nails the jumper.
A little mid-ranger is going to be an easy shot for him when he's got that much of a size advantage.
Knocked loose, and stolen by Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
Ooh, poked away. Just over a minute and a half in. And Garland gets doubled. Here's Sarr. He's covered by Holmgren. Looking to end the run. Sarr misses. For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Now a timeout called by New York.
All right, fans, give it up right now for the Knicks breaker dance crew.
On the best shot blockers in the NBA last season. Second is Domantas Sabonis.
It's obvious that he completely dedicated himself to protecting the rim, doing everything he could to get his hands on as many shots as possible.
Here's Ford. Outside for Butler. Over to the left wing. And it's Ford missing.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Here's Milwaukee. Right now on a 14-0 run. Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City, playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
Outside Butler. Shot from 12. That one off the back iron and out.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
It's time for your Knicks 7-man squad. Keep it up for Get loud, fans. On the court, it's your Hype Squad. The loudest section gets t-shirts launched their way. Let me hear you. All right, fans. How about your Knicks 7-man squad? Keep it up.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Back to Garland, to the middle. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Milwaukee leading by 18. The drive by Antetokounmpo.
Really taking charge of the game, largely with a detailed interior attack.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot.
To the inside, here's Sabonis to win the drought. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
And that one's good. Holmgren. Holmgren's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. And guess what? Mission accomplished.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
There's aggressive, and then there's trying to do too much. This scoreless effort is hurting this team. An outstanding first quarter from the field.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
From deep, Holmgren gets the three to fall. Holmgren's got 7.
Yeah, their offense is really humming right now. They just can't miss.
Inside, here's Ford. Second shot opportunity. Sabonis got a hand on it.
Yeah, Ilyasova, with the length he has on those arms of his, he got to the ball.
Here's Baker, still without a bucket. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Now here's Garland. Defense is right there. Rejected by Holmgren.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
Antetokounmpo, that's good. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
They've been pretty intimidating on the defensive end, knocking away shootings, containing shooters, and making it tough to find looks.
Yeah, I wonder if pace and playing fast is something that they're being encouraged to do, because right now they feel like the faster team.
And he's only 1 for 8 so far. Hopefully that bucket helps his confidence.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Thanasis Antetokounmpo. One shot.
And that one falls for Antetokounmpo. And this early in the season, there are still so many unknowns, Grant.
You're right. You learn a little about each team in the preseason. But once the games count, things really start coming into focus.
Here's Baker. Counted from distance. Baker's got 6.
3 points.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Pass to Sabonis. Here's Ford. From deep three-point range. Sinks it. What range from downtown?
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
New York has gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. They double him with Holmgren. Pass to Ford. Butler with the ball. Now here's Sabonis. Deflected! And he recovers it.
Just cannot get anything to go. If there's going to be a way to get out of this hole, I don't think he'll be the one to do it.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Butler on the wing. And stolen by Ilyasova. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Now Holmgren. Here's Baker. Knocks it down from distance. 9 points in the game.
Wow. Some strong perimeter shooting here in the first quarter.
Here's Ford. 15 in his last outing. Here's McGrady. To the paint. Can they get it? Rebounded by the Bucks. Coming into this, having notched a win against San Antonio in their last game.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
Well, it was probably a good feeling in that last game that the mid-range worked, the long-range worked, the inside game worked. But the best feeling was the crowd leaving that building not in a good mood.
Cousins, he's checked in for Domantas Sabonis. Milwaukee making a switch here. Pass to Sarr. Here's McGrady, defended by Lillard. Tipped away. Here's Sarr. Double team on Butler. Sarr misses. Here's Bogut. Jacks up a three. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
And they've got the D reeling. A full three-point attack right off the tip.
Down low. Here's Cousins. And it's Ilyasova with the rebound. Ilyasova's got his 6th rebound on the night. Baker, pass to Del Negro. Ilyasova outside. Shoots over Cousins. Another one falls for Milwaukee.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game?
New York has gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. Here's McGrady. Yet to see a basket. Cousins can't hit. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end, play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team the win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Well, playoff Jimmy is a real thing, whether he'll admit it or not. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
The shot by Butler, no good. And here's Milwaukee now. For three, here's Lillard. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
And here's New York now. Here's Ford. 5 points in the game. Here's McGrady. And he can't bank that one in. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Lets it go. Another one falls for Milwaukee.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now trying to put this one away.
Here's McGrady. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks showing no mercy and just piling it on, looking dominant and focused right now. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And quite a position here for the Bucks to be in. What do you think, guys?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
We've got Domantas Sabonis. He's out there with Tobias Harris. Bruce Brown is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's McGrady in at the two-guard spot. That's the group for New York starting the second. And it's Ilyasova penetrating. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Del Negro's got 5 points.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
Harris on the wing. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Tobias Harris can knock down shots from a lot of spaces on the floor. He is definitely an offensive threat.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
Brown with it. 11 points for him last game against the Mavericks in Dallas. McGrady, three-pointer off the mark.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Their success from mid-range has really set them apart today.
Pass to Cousins. Sabonis, right side. The jump hook. Outside, Brown to the paint. And Sabonis slams it in.
And how about Sabonis getting up there and rising up to slam down?
Well, Grant, in the spring of 2024, a remarkable streak ended. Domantas Sabonis had recorded 61 consecutive double-doubles.
Yeah, it was the longest streak since the merger back in 1976. Now, Sabonis has led the NBA in rebounding multiple years. Plus, he has averaged 8 assists in a season. So that is big-time production. I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactics.
Darius Garland, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. Cousins, the pass to Garland, and Garland gets doubled. And here's Brown. Here's Cousins. Kick out to Brown. The offensive rebound.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my.
Throw that one up top.
Oh, what a play. This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. And that replay courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Here's Milwaukee. They're on a 14-4 run.
Give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
Garland, the pass to Cousins. Out left to the wing. Here's McGrady. From outside, off the mark.
Yeah, this has been a night where you could look at his shooting. Yes, sir! That's what you tune in for right there. Wow.
Did you guys see that? What an insane slam.
Man, you got to have some hang time to pull that off. And so Garland will bring it up for the Knicks. You know, last game they matched up with the Mavs. A tough loss there.
There obviously was a breakdown at the defensive end. They gave away too many clean looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help.
Out to the wing. Lets it go from 14. McGrady shot is off.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Bogut gets the bucket.
I remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Outside, Brown. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. With a break here, let's see which teams racked up the assists during last year's campaign. Number 1, the Bucks.
It was a joy to watch these guys play. Constant ball movement and player movement. Defenses were worn out by the end of games.
The Knicks making a switch here. Ford's checked in. Pass to Cousins. Outside Garland. It's stolen. And the Bucks pushing it up now.
Ooh, that's a tough spot to be in as a defender. With that height disadvantage, it's very hard to protect the rim.
To the inside to halt the run. And it's Ford missing. Milwaukee's gone 4 of 4 from three-point land in the second quarter.
When Ilyasova gets things going and has that feeling, he can surprise you with some big, big offensive games.
Now here's Garland. He's scoreless. Sabonis outside. No good with the triple.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious. Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
New York has gone 0 for 4 from beyond the arc here in the second quarter. And out of bounds, Milwaukee will have it.
Milwaukee ball.
Butler's checked in for New York.
Your New York Knicks, number 41, Jimmy Butler.
Milwaukee in total control. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Good on the bucket.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track. The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Now here's Garland. He's closely guarded. Cousins, the pass to Garland. And Garland gets doubled. Pass to McGrady. Outside Garland. Here's McGrady. Back to Garland. To stop the drought. McGrady's shot is off.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in. That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Pass to Garland. Inside, Cousins. Off target at the rim. Milwaukee in total control. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Knocks it loose. Baker, the pass to Baker. The three ball. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
And Garland gets doubled. And here's Butler outside. That one no good.
You could see he wanted to get him back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
Nails it from beyond the arc. Baker's got 8 points here in the quarter.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Here's Ford. And it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go.
McGrady.
A shot to stop the run.
And it appears that he has totally lost his touch here in the second quarter.
Cantor with it. Now guarded by Butler.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? And it's Garland with the ball for New York. Pass to Ford. Cousins against Cantor. Shot blocked. And he's able to get it back. Cousins can't hit.
This is not his quarter. He needs to give up some touches and recalibrate. And guys, this is why coaches value playing with pace.
Kind of get a team defensively on their heels, and if you can keep pushing and keep attacking, they'd never find some kind of defensive balance to help slow you down.
Now Garland. No points yet. And off there. He misses his first shot of the night. Here's Baker.
Oh, man.
Oh!
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? To the middle. Here's Ford. Tipped. And he stays with it. Goes back up.
A bit shocking that he has not registered one made field goal in the quarter, guys.
Another one falls for Milwaukee.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Back to Butler. They still need this. And it's Ford missing.
If this quarter is any indication, he's not going to be the guy to turn this game around in their favor.
Milwaukee shooting their second attempt at the line tonight. They have really been in control of this one.
You don't want to get complacent here.
Three-pointer. Nails it from three.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the three.
1 minute left in the second period. Knocked away. Here's Baker. He drops it from range. Baker's got 6.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Sabonis' shot is off. And the Bucks with the possession here. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. Here's Garland. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to Butler. Back to Garland. From behind the arc. It's hauled in by Petrushev. The last few offensive possessions have been great for them.
Yeah, they really do have a nice thing going right now at both ends.
And here's Butler. And so it's Milwaukee, way out of reach with an enormous lead as we head into a break. And they've been shooting the lights out from the arc. All those threes have this poised for a blowout. We'll be right back with you shortly.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the Milwaukee Bucks.
How about the points in the paint? Clearly, they made it a priority coming in, and it's paying dividends, Ernie.
Yeah, I remember those days pounded inside. Break your opponent's spirit.
Easy now. All right, fellas. Let's now take a look at what's to come on the upcoming schedule.
When I look at Milwaukee, hey, their spirits are high. They have a chance to start the season on a winning streak. Build up that momentum, guys.
The way they looked in that first game, it certainly wouldn't be a surprise. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Here's Garland. No made baskets yet. And on the floor for Eric Spoelstra starting the second half. They've got Ersan Ilyasova, and it's Petrushev in at the 5, down low. The 3, and again it's Milwaukee from deep.
Even though he hasn't lit up the scoreboard, I like how he's keeping others involved.
And here's New York now. Garland draws the double. Butler finds Garland. Ooh, too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Shot's good by Petrushev.
And he wastes no time coming out of the break.
And so Garland will bring it up for the Knicks. Sabonis, right side. Pass to Sarr. Shoots it from the corner. New York, again, can't hit.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, the thing is, they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Might be time for the coaching staff to bust out a play for him to get going. 0 for 4 to start the half.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third-period run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
Pass to Sarr. Launches a 3. Rebounded by Del Negro.
Scoreless in their first 5 attempts since halftime. It's getting ugly.
Gets the 3 ball to go. Del Negro's got 20 points.
And right now, that's 5 buckets in a row. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
Here's Sarr. Back to Butler to stop the run. Bell grabs the miss.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Coming out of the break red hot. They have yet to miss a shot.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. The Knicks have gotten 0 shots to go out of 6 attempts. To the paint. Here's Sabonis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Sabonis has got his second bucket on the night.
This is where Sabonis can play tricks. He's got every move at his disposal.
Timeout called. Milwaukee. And the Bucks making a change here. All right, let's take a second to view the 2K leaderboard and look at last season's top scoring squads. The Bucks, number 1.
The way this team played on the offensive end last year was remarkable. Seemed like every night they got everything they wanted and then some.
And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Drains the triple. Lillard's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, they're clicking on all cylinders right now, beginning to pull away.
Well, game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Now here's Holmgren. He's covered closely. Oh, wasted no time on that one. Holmgren's got 10 points.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
And here's Butler outside. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. The Bucks have gotten off to an incredible start in this half. 8 of 8 from the floor. Baker gets the bucket.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
They need this. New York, again, can't hit.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Antetokounmpo for 3. And the three-pointer goes. He's got 13.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
Every trip up the floor gets more and more important.
Yes, indeed. They badly want to stop the bleeding here.
Pass to Sarr. Now here's Garland. And it's off from three-point range.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
And Grant, when you look at Darius Garland, he has a very polished offensive game.
Absolutely. He's great at creating for himself, but also knows when to get others involved. He can score from anywhere, and he works incredibly hard on his craft.
One shot.
One shot.
Get this board, fellas. Get this board. Just bring back on me. Shoes on tight.
Way to go, baby! Puts up a deep three. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Baker's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And it's New York with a rebound. Here's Garland. Still no points. Pulls it from the corner. Sabonis' shot is off.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Here's Ford. And again, the Knicks missing.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Here's Lillard. Ooh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in his many attempts.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Garland, no good. Here's Baker. Oh, a big finish with a one-hand. Handed jam.
I think we can say that shot is well within his range.
Yeah, let's hope so. Here's Ford. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
And so Garland will bring it up for the Knicks. Oh, ripped away. All alone on the break. And Butler with the block.
And Jimmy Butler has incredible defensive instincts. Great timing on that block.
Pass to Baker. And he comes up with a bucket. Baker's got 11 points here in the second half. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Bucks.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
Another part of the credit has to go to what they did on the inside, blocking shots. Super scrappy defensively, and just affecting a lot of the opportunities that their opponents were putting up.
He was gripping the rock on the way to the slam.
No way he was going to get stripped on that one.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Here's the three. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got 5 rebounds in the game. Baker. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
And a big issue for them, turnovers.
Yeah, you just can't give away possessions in this league.
They double him with Butler. Again, the Bucks, good for 2.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Will it go? And it's Ilyasova with the rebound. Ilyasova's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. And that one's good. Holmgren.
Yeah, he does everything with intent. Holmgren, not the quickest, but it's hard to get up and block his shot.
That's tipped. Butler passes to Sabonis. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Sabonis has got 5 points now this quarter.
Elite passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride, so full speed, 2 points.
And he was dominant in their last outing, and the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
It's deflected.
I mean, I don't know. Does he look a couple steps slow today? He needs to shake that off and get into the zone and get on the scoreboard. You can tell right now the teammates are scanning the floor to find him and feed him. Why not? He's on it right now.
Pass to Ford. Garland with the ball. He's picked up by Lillard. Here's Ford. Ilyasova passes to Baker. From the arc. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep.
Getting buckets at a critical time. Just give him the ball and let him go to work.
Boy, they're in a rough patch right now.
Yeah, momentum is definitely not on their side.
Banked it in off the glass. Baker's got 46.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Pass to Sabonis. Rejected by Antetokounmpo. Sabonis' shot is off. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And this is why so many are high on Holmgren. His ability to dominate games with his scoring.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Garland finds Sabonis. Here's Sarr. Lots of room. Here's Butler. Nails the baby hook.
That's a testament to the effort there on the boards. Never willing to give up on the possession. Finding ways to sniff out the ball.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. And they're up an insane amount going into the break. A big difference. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. DeMarcus Cousins is out there with Tobias Harris. Then it's Darius Garland, and it's McGrady in at the 3 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. And it's Ford missing.
Well, after an impressive first half, he's just not been able to get the room or get anything going here in the second.
Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball. The Bucks making a switch here.
74, Vinny Del Negro.
Here's Garland. Pass to McGrady. For 3. And it's Ford missing.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Here's Ilyasova. Drills it from deep. Ilyasova's got 24 points.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Garland, the pass to McGrady. Harris. Antetokounmpo with the block. Pass to Holmgren. 17-foot shot on the way. And the Bucks getting another bucket right there.
Yeah, it's just too easy for Holmgren. Man, is he fun to watch operate off the catch.
Here's McGrady. And here's Harris outside. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Antetokounmpo has got 5 rebounds in the game. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. And so Garland will bring it up for the New York Knicks. Offensive rebound to the right side. Here's McGrady. New York, no good that time either.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
And he recovers it.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
He really hasn't had it offensively tonight. This team needs him to play better. I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though. Boy, it's been a minute since they last scored.
It has been. And at what point do you alter your strategy? Try to get back on track.
And the Bucks pushing it up now. The three is up. Drops in the three. Del Negro's got 11 in the second half.
Well, he's building off that strong first half he had. I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure him out in the second.
Pass to Ford. Garland with the ball. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Ilyasova. And the jam by Ilyasova.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Here's Baker. And he dunks it down.
I almost can't believe what I saw. Incredible.
I'm speechless, man. I'm speechless. Ooh, a great look there. Brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And New York has possession. They have yet to score here in the fourth. And Antetokounmpo over to help. Here's Baker. And yes, another basket.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show.
First team foul.
Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of hype. You've lived through that. How does it affect a young player?
Well, B.A., it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, it's even more magnified and intense.
New York making a switch here. SARS checked in. And the league has made it clear, Grant, it sees streaming at the forefront of basketball viewing going forward.
Well, B.A., it's a no-brainer. The internet is the future, after all, and streaming opens a lot more options for engaging with fans while they watch. How many shots has he missed this quarter? Might be time to find offense elsewhere.
Here's Holmgren. Just outstanding. He hits again, and he's still a perfect 9 for 9.
And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
Yeah, he's feeling it. Keep feeding him until he misses.
Milwaukee has gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the fourth. Sinks it from distance.
When this guy starts hitting threes, watch out. He's just pouring it on this half.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Ilyasova outside. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep.
His third triple of the game. A little more success from out there in the second half.
Garland with the ball. Pass to Ford. Here's Sarr. To end the drought. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Here's Ilyasova. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
He has been an absolute wrecking ball from outside during this half, guys.
Inside. Out to Garland. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Well, you look at the so-called super teams that have been assembled in recent years. A lot of cautionary tales.
Yeah, I mean, teams giving up their draft picks for the better part of a decade to bring in a star. It can get ugly really fast if things don't work out.
Sabonis, he's checked in for New York. Butler comes in for Ford.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Here's Sarr. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
All alone from mid-range. You gotta think he's kicking himself.
And the jam by Ilyasova.
Yeah, Ilyasova will sneak up on you sometimes and throw him down like that.
And so it's Garland who brings up the ball for New York. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. Here's Here's Baker, guarded by Garland. Boom! He jams it straight down.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And here's Sabonis outside.
Just showing some tremendous authority controlling the boards.
Everybody up for that one.
Goodness!
You could just feel that coming. And Ilyasova in there, not letting the defense turn him away. Stuck with it.
The Knicks making a switch here. Ford's checked in.
One shot.
So many players in the league have their own podcast. Would you have had one during your career, Brent?
I think so, B.A. I think it would have been a lot of fun. I mean, how cool is it to connect to your favorite players or hear stories from guys as the season is going along, than to have these guys available in your earbuds all day, every day.
Yo, check Darius.
Now here's Garland. Defense right on him. And here's Butler outside. Milwaukee with the rebound.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Over Garland. Again! Milwaukee!
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
I guess you don't need two hands when one will suffice.
Hey, as long as you don't lose control. Well, you look at all the turnovers. Boy, what a way to drive your coach crazy.
Yeah, your game plan means nothing if your players can't execute. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And the Bucks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Outside Garland. Antetokounmpo with the block. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Fires from the wing. Again, the Bucks. Good for two.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
They haven't looked like themselves the last few possessions.
They haven't. This is when they really need to be patient and get a clean look.
Sarr passes to Sabonis. And Sabonis slams it in.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
He buries it from three.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Butler with the ball, guarded by Antetokounmpo. Double team on Butler. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Butler.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
Pulls it from the top of the key, and that one good. Ilyasova's got 39.
Well, that's the bread and butter for Ilyasova. Not sure how to say it in his native tongue. Great-looking jumper for a player his size.
Antetokounmpo with the block.
2 minutes.
And so it's Milwaukee with it. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Oh, got that one up quick. Ilyasova's got 42 in the game.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line, a chance at a three-point play.
That's unblockable unless they can get a bigger man on him. Gotta learn your lesson.
As we know, Brent, experiencing some team drama is not an uncommon experience in the NBA.
Man, B.A., as years went on and playing 7, 8, 9 seasons in the league, you almost started to invite some of that drama into the locker room. It's really a character builder, and it shows you that you care about what it is that you're doing. So the drama are always great lessons for how strong your team is going to be.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Bucks.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it. and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And this one concludes with their second victory of the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams. They're doing everything they
aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Pass to Holmgren. Puts up a deep 3, and they'll get another chance. Let's go with a 3. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist. Holmgren's got 31.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
And we have to take another look at that block.
Oh, amazing indeed. And getting stops like that only encourages them to keep attacking on the offensive end.
The ball's knocked loose. Pass to Sarr. New York again can't hit. And Del Negro gets it to go.
Now, there's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
So this one belongs to the Bucks. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Alongside Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson with our entire